Hey guys, Didi here, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be starting off my anemone corms. I was going to say anemone seeds there because I've been starting seeds today, so I've got seeds on the brain. But no, I'm pretty sure we call them corms. And I have two varieties here, and I know it's a little bit late. It's a little bit late to get them going. But I thought better late than never, and you know, as long as I get some blooms, I'm happy. So I have some outside that have been growing, actually, this year, I'm surprised. But not as many as I planted. So like I said, I think in my bulb video quite a while back, I had 20 of the Mr. these ones, which I'm not going to pronounce, and I planted them, but I only have 3 like plants that have actually come up and have flowers. So I have no idea what happened to the rest of them because there are 20 in this packet. So I don't know where the other 17 of them have gone, but they have like poofed into existence and no flowers. And these are really, really gorgeous flowers. Unfortunately, we have some frost coming and they were about to bloom, I think it was like really early. It was really weird, like in January they were going to bloom, but then we had that like really hard frost for a week and the blooms obviously, they died because of the frost. So we now have some more blooms on the plants, but again, we have a frost predicted and I'm not sure that they're going to survive. So this is my whole goal of starting anemones so that I can hopefully get blooms outside of the fact that it's going to be frost and I'm going to lose them, if that makes sense. So I have 2 varieties. So I have this one, like I said, the one I'm not going to pronounce, anemone Mr. that one. So this is actually a purple flower and it can vary. So sometimes I have the blooms where it's quite light in the middle, like in the center of the flower, and sometimes it's quite dark in the middle, like in the middle of the flower. So who knows what I'm going to get this year, but they are just gorgeous. Like the purple that this comes out as is gorgeous. And then I have, this is I think an Italian anemone. So there are different varieties of anemones. Don't ask me like what the differences are, I really don't have any clue. I think it's just like their hardiness and obviously like the way they grow, I don't know. But I have an Italian one and this is called, what is it? Fuchsia Mistral. So this is an anemone Mistral Fuchsia. So this is like a bright pink colour with the dark centre. So I'm excited to grow those. So I only have 10 of those. So what I've been doing is I have my corms just sitting in water and I think it's been about, well, not even an hour that I've just been soaking them just to get them ready. And then I've got my Mr. Purple ones, I'm going to start calling it now, here. Now, oddly enough, I do have one here that I think has already started to grow. So I don't know if that's like, don't know if you guys can see that. So it's already started to grow in the bag. I don't know if that's the roots or that's where the plant comes from, but you know, that's exciting. So I think it's definitely time to get those going. So I have my little trays here. I'm just gonna move my little begonia over to the side, and I have just some seed compost because I really couldn't be asked to go and find my other normal compost. I do have some normal compost in the bottom here, so I'm just gonna mix that in. Seed compost I think will be good enough for this because I'm going to replant the anemones anyway, and this will just be a good start. It's got the nutrients, like, you know, all the nutrients inside it that it, like little seedlings need, so I think these corms will be good, you know, good in this mix as well. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to fill this tray up very slowly, flatten it out. You know what would be easier? Just dump a whole bunch in there. So we're just going to, yeah, just like that, and just going to smooth it out. And then I don't actually think I'm going to get all 20 in here. I'll definitely get 10. Then the other 10, like I said, I was going to do an experiment and plant them out. So I might have to find some pots to put them in for now, just because I have no idea where I want to plant them, to be honest. I don't want to put them in the ground because obviously they're not doing so great in the ground for me, like I said earlier. But I do, like, they are doing okay in the raised bed, but again, not great. So I think it's just like a hardiness thing. They're just not liking, you know, the hardiness. I don't know. So these ones are a lot smaller. So these are the, let me just get a comparison. Ooh, that feels a bit weird. So you have your Mistral, your Italian anemone here, tiny, and then you have your normal anemone corm that you get, which is actually kind of quite big. So this is the difference between the two, if you can see them there. So I'm going to plant the little ones first, and I'm just going to place them, if you guys can see that, I'm just literally going to place them You see, this is the thing with these, I never know which way is the top, so I'm literally just going to kind of place them sideways, because if you place them sideways they will figure their way out to the top. And I think that's a root, so I think maybe this way. I think there was a root coming out of that. So I'm pretty sure pointy side up, like you would do with your bulbs. Pointy side is normally all the time up, so we're just going to place these, and I'm just spacing them a little bit, not even like what, I don't know, 2 inches apart. I'm putting like 3, 3, and 3. Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no, 10. I was like, did I miss one? And then I'm just going to take a fine sprinkling of this and just place it on top. So just a little bit more, and we're just going to smooth that over. Just I need a teeny bit more to cover that one. And take a little bit away, that was a bit too much. And then I have my little humidity dome here, and I'm just going to place that on top. So that is the label, which I don't have, but what I'm going to do is just stick this, stick the bag it came in on the top so that I know what it is. So that is the Italian ones, and then we're going to go for this one. And I'm not going to water them in just because my seed mixture is moist. It is like, it's got moisture in there, and I don't want the bulbs to rot, especially because I have been soaking them. So I am just going to let this sit, and then obviously when the soil starts to dry out I will then start to give it some more moisture. So that's just a little bit more in here. Okay, so like I said, I think I'm going to try and cram as many as I can in here. We will see how many I get in, because these are a lot larger, so we will just see. So again, let's just move that off to the side. So this one has like what I assume to be roots, so I'm going to place it that way down, because again with these like corms it's always so difficult to know like what side is where and what. Like with this one that's already growing, I have no idea what to do, so I'm just going to place it in here. Go away, little fungus gnat, away, go away, away. It won't leave me alone. I am struggling at the moment with the fungus gnats. They are just everywhere, and obviously it's seed starting season, so they are having a field day trying to attack everything that I have. So again, this one's also starting to grow. So I'm just going to place it on here, because I don't know if that is roots or if that's the flowers. I have no idea. So we will learn together. Normally I just plant these in autumn and just like come what may, but this year I kind of want some more nice flowers, so I am gonna pre-sprout them and hopefully that works out a little bit better. Okay, so how many I've got? Oh, I can get one more. I think I can get one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 of them in here. I'm just gonna kind of nestle them in here a little bit more, so that I can get a little bit more space for the soil. And again, let me just mix this up a little bit. We're just gonna come along and sprinkle along the top here. And I don't know about that sprout, so I don't want to put too much on here. So let me just take a little bit more off. And then I'm just gonna tamp it down. And then yeah, I'm just gonna again put the cover on top. And then hopefully I should know. Let me just rip this bag in. Can I rip this bag in half? No. Do I not have my scissors around here? I thought I had my scissors around here. Am I going crazy? Okay. I was going to try and rip the bag in half. Not going to work. So again, I'm just going to stick that in there. So those are just going to go where my ranunculus were, which is just there on the floor, literally by my back garden door, and I'm just going to leave them there in the heat. Hopefully, if we get any, if we get any sunshine in the foreseeable future, that should also help to start them growing. So the rest of these, like I said, I think I'm just going to grab, how many have we got left? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 of them. That means I'm down 2 corns. Or am I going crazy? Did I not say I planted 10 in there? And there should be 10. Maybe I'm down 2 corns. I think, anyway, regardless, I think I'm just going to pot these up in pots and then just put them out in the greenhouse and then just see what happens. Again, hopefully these will grow. I'm not saying that this is the way to grow them. This is just the experience that I have of growing them, of pre-sprouting them. You don't have to pre-sprout your anemones at all. It's totally up to you. If you're lucky enough to be in a zone where they just grow and survive, wow. I mean, technically I should be in a zone where they, you just plop them in the ground and they grow, but it's been really iffy the past few years with growing these. So that's why I really want to pre-sprout them, just so I know that I have the blooms and I have just gorgeousness to look at, because they really are nice. And if I am successful with them, maybe even, you know, cut them for like a vase, you know, for a flower arrangement, and just bringing them inside and enjoying them inside. So that was me pre-sprouting my anemones. I know it's kind of late, but I think we should still get some blooms and stuff going. So have you guys started your anemones? Do you like anemones? Is it even worth the hassle for you? Because to be honest, I'm not sure that, like, the ones that I plant, I'm not sure that I'm actually even going to bother taking them out of the ground or wherever I plot them. I might just leave them in the pot, and if they're lucky enough to survive, they do. Next year, like this year, I'm not sure that I'm even going to waste the time starting them, because I just feel like there's so much other stuff going on in the garden that this is just a bit of a faff. For me anyway, but I don't know. My opinion might change later on down the line. We will see. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do all the things down below if you don't mind, and I will catch you guys soon with another one. Bye!